Mind, intellect, and heart. Moon represents the mind. The gift of the moon is to know the rightful place of all things. The mind can therefore identify wrong placement as well. The body communicates that something is wrong through pain. Knowing that comes from the mind and intellect reveals the seed of problems and illness. Excess, deficiency, or a bipolar combination of these two colors the fabric of consciousness, known to underlie suffering. The mind, established in absolute balance, sees it all. The intellect engages when form is compromised by excess or deficiency. Through broad comprehension, understanding is gained. The world of form emerges when the symmetry of absolute being is broken. Therefore, all things can be seen as excessive or deficient as compared to the perfect symmetry of absolute being. In the material field, the true measure of excess or deficiency is based upon how the body responds. When experiences don't leave impressions of overwhelm on the body, then boundaries are not violated. Overwhelm is the measure. Clearing impressions from the 4 dense levels of the body, in the throat and neck area, clearing fear, remorse, and lack of self-confidence. The body is held in a space of softness, safety, and comfort, as the imbalances are loosened and eliminated. I feel a relief throughout the head and neck region of deep, discordant feelings being loosened and released. This is followed by a loosening of false assumptions about oneself. These assumptions are held tightly in the muscles of the neck and around the vocal mechanism. From the subconscious and unconscious levels of the mental body, clearing habits and patterns of thinking ill of oneself. Under that, clearly defining the difference between humility and self-deprecation. This misunderstanding, a deficiency, is locked in meridians between the head-throat area and the heart. Awareness penetrates these meridians. These meridians impact the flow of feeling through the autonomic nervous system of the upper body. Most importantly, the clearing of this blockage in the meridians between head and heart allows your essential truth to integrate with the nervous system. It supports the direct experience of self-understanding and self-love. Deeper still, there is an old pattern of excess and deficiency, of power, both personal and divine. This pattern goes back for centuries. Personal power has been associated with self-development and sense of self for ages. Your absolute truth is beyond power. Balance is established deeply in the ancient patterning of the body associated with the flow of power. Physically, power is experienced as pure life force, energy, and vitality. However, the mind knows that life force is a divine form of being. Offering the presence of life force in the body back to the feet of divine being. Gratitude, true balanced humility, and innocence are present in this offering. This process is cycling eternally in the gap between the absolute and the finest relative. This cycling establishes it all the way from the finest level of consciousness to the physical material level of the body. It stabilizes balance in the power of the body. The mind and heart weave dreams, fantasies, hopes, and overarching comprehension. The power and momentum to manifest these forms comes directly from being. The nervous system has to become so fine, it has to function so delicately in order to connect the power with the form. Breathless suspension is the place of that function. More self-forgiveness is flowing. The heart has a great need to be heard. This longing is reflected in the waxing and waning of the moon. Hopes and dreams make a path for the heart to be heard. The nervous system of the heart center is becoming more delicate. This delicacy speaks to the whole body by refining the magnetic field produced by the heart itself. At a subcellular level, this process of releasing patterns of thinking ill of oneself and balancing power is echoing again and again. Forgiveness and understanding form an emotional cushion around the cells. Clear recognition of the unique value of each one of your ancestors gives rise to a comprehension of the divine within them. Self-acceptance is expanding everywhere in the body. Deepest silence illuminates the perfection of the boundaries that make up a human personality. The silence shines as the most tender light in the heart. It helps the loved ones, represented physically in the epigenome and DNA, see themselves as they truly are. It helps our world heal. When you heal yourself, you become a beacon of grace. Spontaneously, your presence creates a context for awakening at a larger level of creation. Forgiveness and understanding soften the divisions between people. They condense awareness into the present moment in such a way that all of eternity is accessible. Thank you for being with me.